I am totally music obsessed. I'm Johanna Kunin, and I write songs that I sing and play on the piano. So in the year 2000, while doing my ordinary things in life, I was crossing the street and I was hit by a car. I thought I was going to die, which I've never had that experience before or since, and that was a really eye-opening. And all the typical things happened to me after that where I felt really free and like I could do anything. You know, if I could get run over by an SUV, I could certainly, you know, play a show of my own music. 5 years later, I found myself with a little bit of settlement money, and it just happened to be at the exact moment, the one time in my life when I needed money, which was when I was making my first full-length record. In the end, that experience enabled me to do the thing that I wanted to do the most in my life and to create the thing that I'm most proud of.
I could almost laugh. All your buckets of tears and all your clouds electric. They shatter every thought into fragments and turn every feeling into sand. All but the spirit of what is now lost. All but the spirit of what is now lost.
I was very free about making up music as a kid, but then at some point I kind of developed this teenage insecurity about it and became really blocked, and I was unable to write anything, or I wouldn't allow myself to write anything. I grew up playing classical piano, and I was really motivated, and I wanted to play stuff that sounded fancy. So I thought of myself as an interpreter of other people's work, and I felt that I was good at that, and I really enjoyed doing it. After high school, I went to Cornish College of the Arts here in Seattle. Again, I thought of myself as an interpreter of other people's work, but this time I was doing jazz and I was singing. And I got really excited about improvising with the voice and focused heavily on using the voice as an instrument. I graduated from school, and about a year later, I just was sort of driving in my car, and it was kind of a difficult time for me. I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do. And just in this sort of moment, I started spontaneously singing in the car on the way home, and probably looking crazy to anyone who drove by. And I got home and I sat down at the piano and I just started writing. And I decided that I was going to write every day for a while, and started to put words with what I was writing, and gradually they turned into songs.
Is bigger than love, is bigger than hers, is bigger than us, and that which pushes
The creative process for me is really, it's a meditation, and it's, for lack of a better word, I would say it's kind of a spiritual thing for me, and for lack of other spiritual outlets also. For me, I didn't grow up in a religious family, and I think that songwriting has become a way of discovering what I think about the universe and my place in it. I remember really fondly having experiences as a child that felt magical. Clearly, that urge to find a magic in life doesn't end with childhood. I've always been the most fascinated with music that's transporting. The kinds of places that I wanted to take a listener to were the places that fascinated me the most, places that I encountered in dreams, you know, impossible places, but also I wanted to ground them with real life emotional experiences. So I have these very, very vivid dreams, and I became really fascinated with that dream life. And then through writing sort of stream of consciousness, I felt like I could sort of re-access those worlds in a certain way. My tape recorder sits usually on the upper right side of my piano, and it's always ready for when I come up with ideas. Sometimes I'll go outside somewhere, usually to the park or sometimes to the beach, and I'll just sit there with my tape recorder and sing along and start to come up with ideas, put words with music. It feels really incredible when a song starts to come together. You're just doing and making a choice and following and being aware of where you are. It's a wonderful feeling. It's a feeling of purpose. It really gives a meaning to my life. At the time that I was in music school, which was probably, I guess that was 7 years ago now, I couldn't play the piano in front of people. I couldn't write music. Both of these because I wouldn't allow myself to. And there were things that I had to let go of and get over and move on from to be able to write my own songs. And fortunately I did.
We're stretching thinner.
I've often chosen things for myself that were inherently difficult, and this would definitely be one of those in a lot of ways. Putting yourself in front of an audience of people that you don't know, you know, and it's very vulnerable, and especially when you're playing your own music, and you can't hide behind someone else's work. So it's been one of the most rewarding things I've ever done, but also one of the most difficult.